Well, Spider-Man Brand New Day, as we've been talking about here, set the all-time opening weekend box office record this past week. It also set the all-time highest grossing Monday in box office history on Monday. Oh, and by the way, it also just grossed the biggest Tuesday box office in box office history. And that has led to a number that is rather astounding. According to Variety, Spider-Man Brand New Day has now passed $1.15 billion. And in doing so, listen to this, Spider-Man Brand New Day has become the highest grossing film of 2026 in 7 days. Spider-Man Brand New Day has become the highest grossing film of the year in 7 days. As we now go over and take a look at the chart, of course, the Odyssey, which will soon join the $1 billion club, is down at $911.4 million. Then the $4 billion films of the year so far. The Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie made $1.012 billion. Michael made $1.016 billion. Toy Story 5 is at $1.068 billion and counting. Now, for example, it took Michael 47 days to just hit 900 million. It took the Super Mario Galaxy movie like almost a month to hit $1 billion. Spider-Man Brand New Day has become the highest grossing film of the year in 1 week. 7 days. It hit that mark.
7
I feel like this is just stupid. Every single day for the last week, we are talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day doing something that has never been done before. I don't know if we've ever had more than halfway through the year a movie come out that became the biggest film of the year in just 7 days. I mean, maybe Avengers Endgame did it. I mean, I'd have to look back. But even if it has been done, it doesn't happen often. And this is just absolutely like staggering to me. Because again, guys, last night, Ann and I thought again, oh, let's go see Spider-Man. I could not find a theater with 2 seats together at my local AMC, at the AMC Riverside Tyler Galleria. I couldn't find, unless it was like the front row or 2, which we don't want to sit in. Other than that, either no seats or no seats with 2 seats together. I looked in the regular laser, no go. I looked in the AMC XL, no go. I looked obviously in the AMC Dolby, no go. I didn't bother checking with 3D because I don't fucking drink Marlowe. I'm not going to go watch a useless 3D screening. So I didn't even bother looking at 3D. I then even looked, Rob, I looked at the Irvine Spectrum. So maybe I'll drive out there so we can go see Spider-Man tonight. No 2 seats together.
Did you read that over this past weekend, the Irvine Spectrum became the top grossing theater?
For Spider-Man. More people went to go see Spider-Man at the Irvine Spectrum than any other movie theater in America, which tells me they probably used a lot of their theaters to show Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I mean, this thing is just, they all went to see it on the weekend and they're going to see it again. Now, I know we talked about this because of the Monday box office, guys. But we get a lot of movies that are great and people want to rush out and see it again. But they aren't waiting to rush out and see it again. Like, Tuesdays don't sell out with casual moviegoers. You know what I'm saying? These are people who saw the film and could not wait 5 more days to see Spider-Man again. Didn't want to wait a week and a half to see Spider-Man. People are going to see it coming out and getting on their apps right away and saying, where can I get my next seats? And they're rushing out to see it again. And same problem tonight. Ann and I try to look and there's slim pickings for tickets for Spider-Man tonight. So Sean, let me ask you, the movie's great. We know it's great, but we've seen a lot of great movies that we don't necessarily feel the urge that I got to see this again tonight, or I got to see it again tomorrow. What is it about Spider-Man Brand New Day that has just people feeling like not only do they have to see it, they have to go back and see it again immediately and right away? What's that stickiness factor?
Yeah, I mean, on this show a week ago, I said I wasn't sure if it was going to have that stickiness factor because it didn't have the hook, the gimmick of multiple Spider-Men showing up. And so it doesn't have as obvious of that hook. I mean, of course, everyone loves Spider-Man. He's undisputed most popular comic book character on the planet by far at the moment. And people love Tom Holland in that role. And this is like, it feels like that return to an era of the MCU where everything was just so exciting. And when you go to a theater and it's packed, being a part of that energy, it's exciting. And when going to a movie feels like a sporting event or a concert, and this movie, Spider-Man himself, taps into that. Even though it doesn't have the hook of No Way Home, it doesn't have the hook of Endgame being the culmination of 10 years, Spider-Man himself is just that popular that he is the event, he is the hook. And absence makes the heart grow fonder. And when you go and you experience something special and something big, you want to feel it again. And Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man by himself elicits that feeling, and you want to feel it again.
Rob, I mean, I've only had the opportunity now to see it twice. I would have seen it 4 times, but I can't find seats. I don't know how many times you've seen it already, whether it's just the once or whatever, but what is it about this film in particular that I don't hear anybody saying this is the greatest film of all time, but there's clearly things about it that just make people want to come back immediately and see it again. So what is it about this film that makes us want to look to see if there's a few scraps of seats left?
Well, I think this film does something that a lot of films don't do, which is this movie is fulfilling on a number of different levels. Like on one hand, you have a superhero film, and it works. Obviously, you have a lot of, from the opening montage where you see where Spider-Man's at, where Peter Parker's at in his life, this movie's already putting a smile on your face in the first 5-10 minutes. You're already in that way. And then surprisingly, you're given a whole nother movie where you're seeing where Peter Parker as a person, as a human being, somebody who's living in a city, who's lonely, suddenly Peter Parker's plight becomes the plight of everybody in their 20s, and that's a whole different realm. And then of course then you have the romance of it all. Will he get back with MJ, and will he get back with his best friend Ned? And then there's all the other extra added stuff that's going on. Suddenly you realize, oh, Spider-Man now has a relationship with the NYPD. And as this movie is so layered and it's so fulfilling. I mean, it's a full meal on every level. And there's so much to enjoy, and there's so much to watch and feel as you're moving through this story. And then of course, everything that is layered on top. Suddenly, like, I don't care what anyone says, I love Florence Pugh as Yelena. Suddenly she shows up and she brings the laughter, and it's funny. And of course, what a weird, like, the fact that her office is a Russian bathhouse, a schwitz, whatever. And just, it's incredible that as you're moving along there, and then the Punisher shows up, and then there's Bruce Banner, and as you, this movie is just relentlessly entertaining on a number of different levels. And it's fulfilling you in ways that I think Marvel used to do. A lot of Marvel's, I would go back and say, like, when you go back and you watch Iron Man 1, there's so much going on in that movie. Like, it opens up where Iron Man's, in the desert meeting the troops. And there's so much going on in Iron Man 1, because especially when you first saw it, you didn't know where it was going to go. How are they going to make an Iron Man movie? What's it all about? And it was fulfilling in a way that you didn't expect. And I think this film is fulfilling in that way. It's so fulfilling on so many different levels that as soon as it's over, it's like, oh my God, there was so much there. I got to go see this again. And I think that's what people are feeling. And that's what people are responding to. It's that, and then, not to be outdone, this movie in a way is really about what so many young people are going through. I mean, they're not all superheroes that have had their memories wiped from collective existence, but I think a lot of people today feel that sometimes in a way that they have, People are lonely. They're alienated against their fellow human beings because they sit at home on social media, and I really think that this is a zeitgeist movie in the way not a lot of other movies are.
So here's
And I
a
think
question.
that's what's happening.
Here's a question for you guys. At this point right now, Spider-Man Brand New Day has made $407 million. Now, obviously, it won't maintain the pace it's had until now. No,
but that
film
doesn't
does.
include yesterday.
Well, right. But just for the official numbers for now, we're going to say 407 million. Okay. The all-time number one domestic box office is Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. No film in history has made more money at the domestic box office than it. And it made $936 million. Does Spider-Man Brand New Day have a chance at topping Star Wars Episode 7 for the biggest domestic box office of all time? Rob, yes or no?
I think the potential's there. It made another, in the last 2 days, Spider-Man's made about $95 million. That's Monday and Tuesday.
Chris or Sean, what about you? Yes? No? Does it hit it? What odds would you give it of catching Star Wars?
Odds, I don't have to run some numbers on that one, but I mean, at the moment, I'm not betting against this movie. Just like it is performing in an unprecedented way, an unexpected way that is so far beyond what we were thinking. Even last week, we were talking about 800 million. Whoa, pump the brakes, 800 million. Well, it didn't do 800 million. It did 900 million, 930 million. And so it's performing so far beyond what we're expecting. It would be unwise to bet against it at this moment in time. Now, Force Awakens had the Christmas corridor, which gives you usually particularly long legs. And Spider-Man has about 2 weeks until school starts back up for a lot of people. And so it'll tail off really quickly when people are back at school and you're not doing discount Tuesdays. But that still gives it 2 weeks of being red hot box office.
The one thing I think is working against it, and I'm going to give it a 40% chance, which is a pretty good chance. I'm going to give it a 40% chance. Here's the big thing working against it. And it's that amazing thing we've been talking about. Nobody is waiting to watch it a second and third time. They're all doing it right now. I have a feeling that by day 16 and 17, most of the people who love this movie will have seen it 3 or 4 times. And at that point, I wonder if it's going to be a very gradual decline and then suddenly this. Because everybody has not only seen it, but everybody's seen it multiple times. Because they're all rushing out to see it immediately. So that's the one thing working against it, but I guess we will wait and see. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Spider-Man Brand New Day has become the biggest film of the year in 7 days. How much bigger can this thing get? Whatever you guys think about all this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second and thank a sponsor of today's video, Mars Men. Guys, you know that one of the frustrating things about getting older is realizing that the things that used to come naturally suddenly require a lot more effort. You wake up tired, workouts feel harder, recovery takes longer, and by the middle of the afternoon, your energy and focus can completely disappear. And that's where Mars Men comes in. Mars Men is designed to support healthy testosterone levels, natural energy, and stamina using 8 clinically dosed ingredients. There are absolutely no synthetics or needles, and it's made in the USA and third-party tested. Some men report steadier energy, stronger workouts, and better recovery, and it comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee. For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them we sent you.